Hi guys, welcome back again to my digital diary. So I know it's been a while. I've been like so busy, and I actually came up with like a lot of topics, a lot of concepts to talk about, especially when I went to Manila for my hot girl summer. So I've gone through an extreme self-discovery. In this journey of like dedicating every day to examine every parts of me, my intricacies, my qualities, and all that stuff. And honestly, like so far the journey has been so good because like imagine you get to like discover new parts of you. But for a lot of people, self-discovery is like a very hard thing to do because along with the good things that you might find, you might also come across a lot of things that would question what makes you who you are. But for me, I think what makes the journey good is that I made the conscious decision to be compassionate for myself for everything that I would unravel along the way. Honestly, I found a fair number of things that I could mentally label as bad. But the good thing is I am working it out. I'm trying to heal myself, I'm trying to work on myself. But I think one of the things that I have discovered that I can actually label as good or as bad at first was that I am a very complex human being. I am multifaceted. My thought stems from something so deep. I see things beyond as they are. I see the world as intricate as me. And for someone being like this, it was never really easy. That's why I can't really like label it as good or bad. I was misunderstood most of the time, judged, insulted, or deemed as weird. And I know that this video will reach people like me. This day and age where unconventionality and like uniqueness is deemed weird or out of this world, it must be so hard. It's like so hard to express yourself, to be who you are, even wear what you want to wear because of this constant fear of being disliked by people. And because of this, we reshape ourselves to fit in. We present ourselves in fragments and then hide the remaining parts of us to the world. Been there, done that. And like for the longest time, I always have this observation that I'm like different, I'm built different from the people around me. And I mistaken that as something bad. And I mentally labeled that as something that I need to tame, hide, or change. I mistaken my complexity for being too much. I mistake my creativeness for being so complicated. And this big mistake was driven by my surroundings. Because I always have this urge to always put myself out there, but every single time I notice some like weird eyes shadingly gaze towards me, I could like hear side comments or like insults that would like amplify in my ear. If you're being put in this position, the first thing that you'll do is change yourself. You would think of like strategies, how they would like you, how you can tame your qualities that are weirding people out. And to me, that was an act of survival because I wasn't thought to be resilient during these times. I didn't know how to have the mental capacity to endure all these things while some people are like secretly hating me. I was thought to work on these things as if it should be something that should be fixed or changed. And for an answer, yes, I did actually work things out. I did work it out. I spent a good amount of time like learning how to tame this side of me, how to like change this side of me. And at first I was like, okay, I'm doing it right because I could feel the acceptance from other people. Like I could really feel now that at some point we are at the same wavelength. But then as time goes by, I realized, damn, what is happening? Because I feel so exhausted. Like every time I hang out with these people, like when I go home, I would feel so depleted of energy. And that's when I realized that I am living in a full-on performance. I was very performative around people. And it's like really hard to just always intellectualize or strategize how are you gonna move around people? How will you like present yourself to them? It was so hard, and I was so frustrated that time because I thought that I was doing things right. I was like, what the hell is going on? Is there something wrong with me again? Am I doing something wrong again? But then I realized how can you not be tired of living like this, you know? I was basically keeping myself in a box that wasn't even supposed to be locked. That should just be like spread around like freaking confetti. And because of this realization, I was ashamed. Not for being performative or pretentious, or not for other people, but for me, but for myself, because my audacity to label the good things about myself as bad just because other people thought me to, just because these people made me feel that way. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, change in location. Something came up. You know, this is a message for all of my mates out there. If I would like blow up, I would joke lang. Because they're not letting me film. What the heck? Okay. So going back, if you're someone like me, I know that you don't owe me anything, but all I'm asking is for you to make this conscious decision to promise yourself that no matter what everyone says about you, you know, no matter what happens, you will never dim your light, okay? You will literally dedicate your entire life strengthening yourself, strengthening who you are, and don't let these people's limitations dictate on where you're just supposed to go, you know? No matter what the triggers, no matter what the reactions, okay? Because they are reacting for a reason. They are being triggered for a reason. And it's not your business to handle that anymore or to deal with that anymore. It is not yours. All you have to do is to, as what I've said, strengthen yourself, take good care of yourself, and for everything that what makes you who you are. Because like when you know that, another thing is that when you notice that you are uncomfortable of being who you are in a specific place, then that is an undeniable sign that you are at the wrong place. What are you doing that? Okay, so withdraw yourself from all those situations, from all those environment that requires the last version of who you are. And actually, it is so hard to find our people, you know. It is so hard to find or to be in a place where we could be freely who we are. That is why there is always a tendency of us settling to just anything for the sake of acceptance. But listen to me, okay? The expense of setting less will cost you your entire life, and don't fucking live like that. Okay? Stop diminishing your life for people. Let them do their work, okay? Let them do their work. They are being triggered by your doubt for a reason. You are not the problem. You are not too much, okay? Just simply be who you are and be happy for it, you know? And honestly, right now that I am much more comfortable to be who I really am, life comes like so freaking easier. You know, I don't really need to perform. There's no like depleting of energy anymore because I'm just being me. I'm being like 100% me. I'm being my authentic me. And there's nothing more liberating like than living like that, you know? And yeah, I know this is so short, but I still have a lot of things to do. Having a lot of things on my plate right now. But yeah. See you guys to my next, oh my gosh, see you guys to my next digital diary. Bye!